The order of the Touch and Glow high pressure sodium security lights has arrived, and this is what was within the box. So the mystery of exactly what Touch and Glow is remains, and in fact the second mystery has developed because there's something very mysterious about the branding on this box. So this is the Utilitech Grounded in Quality Dusk to Dawn Light, number 0403715. And I was very surprised to see this brand because I thought Utilitech was like a Lowe's store brand. Although I guess we are getting to the point where we see the store brands outside of the store. For instance, you can buy Ryobi tools on Amazon now. But anyways, this is what surfaced. Now, what's odd about it is that there appears to be two different brandings on this box, or two different stickers or labels or graphics, whatever you want to call it. There's this one here which we see, which is obvious, but then if you look very closely, you can see there's a second one here which is very faded, and it clearly was something else at one point. It was a different model number. If you look kind of real close, you can see it looks like it might say I really can't tell. It might say Utilitech there. I really can't tell what it says, but oh, here we go. Yeah, if you look at this sticker where it's white up at the top, you can see behind this sticker is printing on the box itself that says Utilitech. There's a different graphic there and everything. So that's really odd. And you can see the graphic for the bulb, for the fixture there. So I don't know what's going on with these lights. The branding is all messed up. Utilitech, Touch and Glow. We got two different. Actually, there could be three because we got this sticker here, this sticker, and then who knows what was on the box itself. Because there was something on the box itself, because you can see the color on the side is on the box. So who knows? Who knows what we're going to find inside of here. So the bulb is included, and it's got the icon of like one of the frosted bulbs. So who knows what it's actually going to be. It claims to be 6,400 lumens. It's 70 watts, 24,000 hours of bulb life, and 2,600 Kelvin, which is cap. It's usually like 21 or 19, not 26. That's wrong. And it claims 70-foot coverage, but I mean I don't think that's really accurate either. Easy to install mounting fixture. Yeah, that's kind of cap too. I think these are very annoying to install actually. It installs to the wall, but that's a very frustrating process to get it onto the wall. Claims to be aluminium. Replaceable sensor, as if like that's a common thing to fail. Although I guess it could be. I don't know. The reflector increases light productivity. Okay. Lens delivers wide area lighting. Okay, I don't think the lens to the reflector really does much of anything. The graphics on the top, I really like these graphics on the top. It's got, it just looks older than something that would be sold today. You know, it's kind of no frills graphics. And what I like about it too is that it's actually pretty realistic. It shows the sodium color, and it shows a reasonable expectation of how much light the product would provide. You know, if this was a stupid LED fixture of today, this would like be brighter than this, which is totally ridiculous because the light fixture will never do that. So I think that this photograph here is actually giving a fairly accurate representation of what we can expect and what kind of performance this thing will deliver. So definitely going to keep the boxes on these. That's really cool. So with that all in mind, let's go ahead and open this up, and I'm going to open it up from the bottom, because otherwise I'd have to cut the graphic in half. I don't want to do that, so we'll open it from the bottom. Okay, that's already open there. Let's see what we got inside here. Okay. Oh boy, this is not looking good. All sorts of jacked up here. We've got a document, which is Utilitech branded. Okay, here we go. So, looks like this took some abuse during shipping. Alright, let's take a look at this part first. So, this isn't too bad. The aesthetics of it is an atrocity. We got abrasions and marks and everything all over the place here. What a terrible finish. It's all like bubbling up there. It's probably going to have to get repainted before I put this out. Although if this really is aluminium, in theory it shouldn't rust. So it's got a ceramic socket, and it looks like we have the igniter is just floating around in there, which I don't really like. The transformer looks like it's got some pretty decent thickness to the winding there. It's got pretty good gauge wire, and it's clearly doused and varnished pretty good, so that looks promising. I don't like how this is just all over the place. Things are just floating around in here, but I guess that's how they all are. I don't know. This is already here. This is definitely an improvement over the Woods ones. This is going to be a lot easier to put back once it's there on the wall. It's got proper screws there. That's good. So I like that part better. We got some information here. Oh, not really much. Oh, there we go. touchandglow.com. Bright Picture Corporation. Model EZ-HSA70. High pressure sodium wide. And again here, look at this. The sticker was put over something else, some other information. I wonder if I can get this off and see what the other bit of information was. I don't think so. I think it's gonna remove the other sticker with it, but I would really love to know what it says behind here. If it says anything of substance, I don't know. Well, it sure does. It's like the wrong it's like it was just for the wrong lamp. It says CFO lamps. touchandglow.com, and that says 0610. That could potentially be a date code, which would lead it to be well over a decade ago. That's interesting. A lot of weird things going on. I feel like this might be some kind of weird attempt to use up old stock or something. The only other item that may give us a little bit of a clue as to when this was made is to see if there's any... That's not good. See if there's any information on the on the igniter or something. It's possible that there could be some information residing on there. Just take a quick look. I noticed yesterday that the price on these has gone up from, was it $29 something and change to $50 on the nose, which is kind of a weird price. I think $50 is still pretty reasonable for one of these fixtures, but definitely not as good of a deal as $30 was. Alright, so this is the Uxing 250 volt 660 watts lamp holder. Nothing particularly out of the ordinary there. And then here is the Keystone Ballast igniter, model KG-01, and this does not have any information on it that is indicative of when it was made. Looks like the transformer is just free floating in there, which is a little bit sketchy. I don't think that that's correct, but I guess it just is held in place by this pushing it up. I don't like that. It should be screwed down, you know. It's kind of fishy. Same thing with the igniter. It should be secured somehow. Alright, well that doesn't give me what I was hoping it would. I really would find it hard to believe that these are still under production at this point. So it would make sense to me that this would be some kind of an old stock thing. The box to me looks old. That looks 2000s era to me. That doesn't look like 2020s era at all. I really don't like our floating transformer thing. Other than that, I mean, this housing, it's got a decent gauge metal to it. It's got some weight to it. Other than the floating igniter and the floating transformer, I think it's fine. I'm kind of perturbed by that floating transformer, but whatever. Here's the high pressure sodium lamp, 70 watt medium. This box also to me looks pretty old. Lamp says the operator with suitable gear. Looks like the grammar is all okay. I'm really not sure what brand this, Pulse-Rate I guess is the brand. LAQ, who knows. It's a standard, well, made in China. Oh great. Hopefully it works. That's just a standard high pressure sodium bulb. There's that. And we have the photocell controller, which looks pretty substantial. It's got a decent relay to it. That's the photocell eye. A whole bunch of numbers in there. 10-8. that would be consistent with what this was saying. This is 610. So I bet this is from 2010. That's going to be my guess. So I'll put this as 13-year-old stock. I bet this is old stock equipment. Which means it's not going to last on sale. The unit may last just fine, but it's not going to last in the store. So that's interesting. Okay, I totally failed to plug this in apparently. Okay. Now this has kind of been up here. It's just showing sitting at the bottom of the box. I mean, you could get upset about it, but it just took probably less than 10 seconds to fix it, so it's not worth getting upset over. This is the equivalent of, like, it feels like aluminium foil or one of those cheap aluminium baking tins or something, you know. But it's they're all like that. 65 watt self-ballasted lamp. So this is totally a throw together of old stock. I had no doubt about it. This goes. How does this go? This goes like this. This requires a fair bit of assembly here. Oh, there's a lot of screws and stuff in there. I'll probably putting that together tonight. We'll just test it without it. So I'll go ahead and put the bulb in. I don't like how all the heat from the bulb just goes right up into the electronics, but they're all like that. It's totally off center, which is kind of ridiculous, but that's what it is. I'm just gonna set this on top of there for now. I mean, that's how it would look if it was assembled and operating. I'll move this over towards the power source. And then I'll hook it up to that cord there and we'll power it on and see how it works. This cord, the high side is the non-textured side. The high lead is much longer than the common side. Okay, let's connect it up, and nighttime. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and plug it up now. We're looking at 119 the volts, 120.6 the volts. It went up because I turned the lights off. Looks like it ignited and started up just fine. It's got a very pinkish color to it. Now it's turning orange. It's also very loud. Right now it's pulling 46 watts, 2.06 amps, and that doesn't really make any sense. Why is the amp so high? And a power factor of 0.19. How could the amps be 2 amps at 50 watts? That doesn't make any mathematical sense. Oh, this kilowatt meter is jacked up. The amps is going down, but the watts is going up. Oh, something doesn't quite make sense about that. $58 watts. That seems to be working just fine. It's got a hum to it, but that's totally normal. $66 watts, $67 watts, 1.85 amps with a power factor of 0.31. That's really odd. I'm up to 0.70 or 74 watts, no points. 74 watts. Power factor 0.37 and 1.69 amps. This looks different than the something is different about the way this one illuminates compared to the woods ones. I think the bulb does not actually go below the here. I think it, like the woods ones, the bulb is down there, but I think the bulb is higher up on these. The lighting is a lot less harsh. I can look right at this and it's not, I mean it's bright, but it's not like blinding. You can see the orange glow is starting to fill the walls around here. Over there a little bit. Doesn't seem like outrageously bright. There's the high pressure sodium bulb. Sodium. Well, it certainly works just fine. It's definitely on the cheaper end of things, but I think a lot of these fixtures, as far as this and this is concerned, are. Now the woods ones are also very like cheap aluminium and thin plastic. But that's just how these are. People complain about it, but all the ones I work with are like that. It's up to, let's see here, 79 watts, 1.57 amps with a power factor of 0.42. Alright, I'll go ahead and shut it off. It's starting to, well, obviously it's starting to go out. Duh, I need to go to sleep. Well, interesting. Very interesting. I think the conclusion is going to be that this is some kind of an old stock, surplus old stock from 2010, and it might be a combination of parts from sodium lamps and fluorescent lamps that are being sold off. I'm really not sure. It's a pretty odd. There's something really odd about it. I'm not quite sure what it is. I wish I had bought more because if nothing else, I mean, at $30, the bulb and the ballast is worth that much, even if the fixture itself is a piece of junk. Now they're $50. I'm gonna keep an eye on it. Chances are they could go back down. Who knows? Probably not, but you know, it's possible. So, oh wow, we're at 26 minutes. Okay, well, I just made a 26-minute video about a security light. Fantastic.